Burning Rangers, huh? $250? No, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Hold up. Let's try. There we go. Japanese import. $30. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold up there, homeboy.
Whoa. Where the hell you come from?
Pump the brakes, man. You're talking about buying Japanese, right?
Right.
Last time I checked, they can speak country over in Japan.
Well, you know, you might be onto something.
I just might be.
I guess we're going to have to find out. It's Burning Rangers. Import friendly.
16 million colors. Wreak some havoc in your head.
Welcome to the Saturn Junkyard. My name's Samuel, the Southern Sega Gentleman. You know, whenever it comes to many of us here in the Western markets, whether it be the North American or PAL regions, many of us have looked to easier, softer, and most of the time cheaper ways to obtain those hard to get titles. One method a number of us have used is importing these games from Japan. While this may seem straightforward and price tag wise it's very simple, why pay $250 when you could pay $30? A lot of us don't seem to think about just how pick up and playable these games really are. Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. Welcome to Import Friendly, a series where we sit down and take a look at just how pick up and playable games from our friends in the East really are for us Western gamers. Burning Rangers is a beloved game developed by Sonic Team at the tail end of the Saturn's Western life cycle, lead designers being Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima. The game centers around the player's entry into an elite fighting force known as the Burning Rangers. You take on the role of Sho or Tillis, recruits who get dropped right into the action from the game's start. The world of Burning Rangers is somewhat a distant future where all major hazards faced by humanity have been alleviated, with one major exception: fire. As a ranger, it is your responsibility and mission to stop blazes in their tracks and save all the civilians you come across. So, with the simplified storyline out of the way, I figured with the humbug all being brought up over on the Saturn Junkyard's Facebook group, I'd ask around and see just how many people had actually picked up the import copy of Burning Rangers. Find out if they actually were enjoying themselves. To my surprise, our own beloved Father K had actually picked up the game, and I wanted to see just how well the game played for him. So, with that being said, let's go to Manchester and see what Father K has to think about Burning Rangers.
Oh my God! How the bloody hell am I supposed to play this game? I've no idea what I'm doing. I've no idea where I'm going. I've no idea what she's saying to me. I've no idea what my character's supposed to do. I don't know where to go. And when I try and get some help and try and get some guidance, it just doesn't bloody work. What the hell am I supposed to do? I don't want this at all.
He went Super Saiyan. You know, I think we're going to have to reevaluate some things, boys. Look, let's just take a step back. Let's actually look through the game and see just what's going on, okay? First off, all the menus are in English. Everything from the mission select screen to playing your favorite BGM track are presented in English for your leisure. Hey, has anyone ever wondered why, Japanese games have so much English in the menus? Look, if you know the answer, I would really like to know it, and probably everybody else would too. Go ahead and drop that up in the comments. Let's get the discussion started. So while the written text is presented in English, the in-menu voice prompts are presented in Japanese. So if you're reading the most recent Facebook post over on the yard while going through the menus, you're probably going to be a bit confused when you're staring at the audio settings instead of the in-game emails. That's another hit this import takes. The emails you acquire from survivors after you completed a mission are all in Japanese. While the emails only give background to the civilians you actually help escape, it's still a part of the experience you'll be missing out on if you can't read Japanese. Who cares though? We're not here for the backstory. We're here to put out fires and kick genetically engineered Skynet tulip ass, right? Well, seeing as the game is basically a 3D platformer, you're in luck. Basic controls are pretty intuitive. The problem is, they're all explained to you via in-game dialogue during the initial training mission. Yeah, there's a gamepad with correlating buttons highlighted in the top corner, but you really don't necessarily know what you're being told to do. It is by all means possible to fake it till you make it, but it's not the most enjoyable experience sometimes. Alright, so what about navigating through the levels? Well, here's where your fun times are about to be put to a screeching halt there, partner. See, Burning Rangers utilizes a voice navigation system. Chris Parton, the Ranger's operator of sorts, will give you directions through the levels, and also when you prompt her via the controller. Problem is, it's all in Japanese. I don't know about you, but Mike got it right. They don't speak country too well over yonder in the land of the rising sun. No biggie though. Just get you a walkthrough like so many of us do for imports, or just watch a YouTube playthrough. That's all fine and dandy there, brother, until you beat the main game. See, Sonic Team thought up this great way to make the game have a little replayability. Randomized level generation. You want to know what that looks like?
右斜めに進んで
I literally ran around in circles, trying my damnedest to see some kind of light or something, man. And eventually, way off in the distance, there was a little bit of red light, a glimmer of hope. And then I pressed the button, and I'm back to trying to figure out what the hell to do. Another point to be made is that without said aforementioned walkthrough, you aren't going to have any idea what's going on with the story besides, hey, we put out the fires. Hooray! Let's fly off into the distance and do it again. So, final verdict time. Is the Japanese import of Burning Rangers really worth the cost you're saving? Like I said, $250, $200 plus versus a $30 import. It makes perfect sense whenever it comes to the money, right? Well, the problem is, unless you plan on using a walkthrough, unless you plan on seeing somebody else play the game, you're just going to be running around, trial and error wise, trying to figure out what's going on. And of course, again, you're not going to have any idea what's going on with the story. Now, that's fine whenever it comes to shooters and brawlers and beat 'em ups, but whenever it comes to a story that actually has some kind of narrative, such as RPGs, or even to an extent this game, it really depreciates from the value that you're getting. Now, by no means take that to mean that the game's not playable. Up until the point where the randomized level generation occurs, this game is perfectly pick up and play. Yeah, you're going to press buttons and try to figure out what's going on and have somebody screaming Japanese at you, but that's cool. If you want to go past that point, that's when you're going to have a real problem. So for the very simple fact that you can't pick up this game, play it, know what's going on, and have some appreciation for it, I really can't say that Burning Rangers is import friendly. While, as I said, you might be able to enjoy it for a little while, the replayability of this game is very much hampered by the inability of the speaker, or player rather, to actually understand what's being told to them. The game is great, by no means am I trying to say don't go pick it up. But there's many other options besides the import, or even $80, $100 for the European. I mean, of course you could always pay the $200 plus that seems to be going for on eBay now, but there's also another option, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. Backups. If I'm about to drop $200 on a game, you best believe I'm going to rent it. And since we don't live in the 1990s anymore, and Blockbuster and Hollywood Video are gone, you best believe I'm going to play backup. Now, what you do is what you do. Just remember, they're games. They're meant to be played. This is the Southern Sega Gentleman, and this has been the Saturn Junkyard. Peace out.
Running at the speed of light. Just do it, just Burning Ranger.
there's the video right there, Joel.